Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I will be styling her hair, and then I'm also going to be telling you guys a story. This happened a couple years back, you guys, and it's obviously for entertainment reasons. I want to make a video for you guys, and I thought this would be a great story to tell you, but it's also to bring awareness of dating apps because sometimes people seem normal, but honestly, you guys, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're only nice until you say something they don't like, or until you say, hey, you know what, I don't see this going anywhere, good luck, and they just blow up. Like, I have two stories. I'm just going to start with the main one. The second one is super short just because I only spoke to this person probably, I don't know, for one day, but it only lasted like a few minutes. But after I told him, well, you'll see right now. Let's start with the first story for now. Like I said, this was a couple years back. I don't know, you guys. If I have to guess, 5, 6 years ago. And put her closer to me. So I am standing up because Ruby is actually, oh, there. You can't see her, but she's there. And so I'm just going to let her be comfortable. I am using this microphone just because I'm standing, and that way it doesn't sound like too low, or you can't really hear what I'm saying. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me. But yeah, you guys, this happened a couple years ago. I've been single for a while that time, and my sister's like, oh, you should try the dating app. So there I go. And I did not, till this day, you guys, I don't like the idea of being on a dating app because I just hate the fact that you bump into people that it can be a little awkward at times. You're like, oh, even though they're also there for the same reason, it's just awkward. And then it's happened before where people see you on a dating app and then they think they can make a move on you. And it's like, no, I'm not interested. But sometimes people just assume like, well, you're here, and then they see you in person and they like become flirtatious, and I don't know. But I don't want to get too distracted. Let's go to the story. So I downloaded this dating app, and eventually I matched with someone and we started talking, and he seemed friendly, family oriented. He seemed like, okay, he's a nice guy, let's keep talking. So it got to the point where we exchanged phone numbers because I prefer to talk to someone on the phone before we meet. A lot of people don't do that, and I don't know why. You should, because you actually get like an idea. It's one thing for you to read something, but when you actually start hearing how they express it, you can kind of get an idea of who they are, or at least for me, I prefer that. And so we spoke on the phone, we texted, and long story short, here with the Rex, I started to, I guess, become a little too to trust him a little too much. And I will say, well, I drive this model, this vehicle, and then he will tell me what he drives, and you would just think that it's something like innocent. But if you think about it, why does that matter? Like, we're here to get to know each other, not to see. I guess for some people it is important. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, it's more about your values. What are you looking for? Are you looking for something serious? If not, then I'm not interested because I am. So I just don't like wasting my time. And so, anyways, we connected and everything. At some point, you guys, he goes. We never met in person, by the way, and that was probably for the best. At some point, like I said about the vehicle, he starts to go, hey, what color is your car? And by now he knew what kind of vehicle I drove, right? He knew the model of my car and everything. He just didn't know what color it was. So when he asked me what color is your car, it really weirded me out. I started to question, like, okay, is this guy like, does he know me? Does he think he knows me? Does he know my neighbors? Like, I'm confused. So that was like the first red flag. And then, let me turn her around in here. But it went from that to, hey, he knew what city I was from, and so did I. And we lived pretty close to each other. And he had mentioned how he has family in my city, and that's fine and everything, that's great. But then he was like, whoa, which area do you live in? And I told him the area. I never mentioned my street, my address, none of that. But I gave him, like, I would say, a good idea of the area. But it is a big area, so why would I think he would know where I live? And then he mentioned, hey, I was in your city and I think I passed by your house or something because I was in that area. And then I kind of connected the dots of, oh, this is why he's asking me what color is my vehicle, because maybe he's driving around looking for my car. And that's creepy, you guys. I don't need this person passing by my house trying to figure out where I live. First of all, we're just getting to know each other, and if you ever know where I live, it's because I decided, hey, I like you, we're going somewhere with this. Here, he ever needs to pick me up or something, why not? But when you're in those first stages, you trust me, you don't want to tell people where you live. And to everyone out there, all my girlies, all the guys, let me give you some advice. You never want someone to pick you up. One, now they know where you live. Imagine the day goes south, doesn't work out, and now they know where you live. Imagine if you mention where you work at. Now this person can go to your job and look for you. If they become obsessive or if they start to stalk you, now they have a place to go. And if you block them, they might even call your job. There's so many things that could happen if you tell too much about yourself. And you, for example, let's say you go on a date. It can be something simple as, oh my God, they catfish me. They don't look like their pictures. I'm not attracted. If you drove yourself there, you're able to leave very easily. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, let me sit here and put up with this date because I don't have a right back. Or, something like that. Or it can be something more serious where, right? So it can be something more serious like, I gotta be careful with Ruby because she's over there. But it can be something like, I don't know, he became angry about something, or you're just not feeling him, or you saw a red flag, or he's talking about his ex, or he's on the phone too much. Something that just, you're like, nope, I don't want to be here. And the best way to not be there is, you make up a lie, or you just say, hey, I'm sorry, I don't see this going anywhere. And you leave. You're able to get up and leave. And regardless, you get to get up and leave if you didn't drive yourself there. I get that, right? You can call an Uber or call a friend and you can get out of that situation. But it's so much easier when you drive yourself there. And I understand that sometimes you plan to drink and maybe that's why you prefer for them to pick you up. And for the longest time, people would tell me, no, they have to pick you up. They have to be the gentleman. They have to drive you, right? And then the more I thought about it, I was like, no, because now this person knows where I live. And if they want to come and look for me, guess what? They can now, because now they have my address. Anyways, I think you get it, right? That's just my advice to you. Obviously, you're free to do as you wish, but that's what I would do. I would not give out people my address, my workplace, and so on. But anywho, with this guy, you guys, there was just too many red flags. He was asking the color of my vehicle. Then he would joke around, you guys. He would make jokes about, he would ask me, like, where do I live? He'll be like, oh, why don't you want to tell me where you live? And I'll explain it to him. You're a stranger. I'm just trying to get to know you. I don't tell people where I live. I don't tell you my last name until I trust you, and until we're at a place where I'm like, okay, I think this is going somewhere, right? And so he will make jokes about how like, well, I already have your phone number. I can look you up if I want. And that was another red flag because now you're making a joke, but I'm grown. I know that a joke in reality is actually something they thought about. If you're joking about, oh, I'm going to look you up, you probably already have, or you're thinking about it. So, okay, what am I doing here now? I'm going a little crazy with this hairstyle. But, yeah. Oopsie, this thing is getting tangled. Okay. So, anyways, right? So, he was starting to make jokes about that, how he's going to find out where I live. And I would laugh with him, but in the back of my head, I'll be like, oh no, where is this going? Why is he making jokes like that? Like, it definitely weirded me out. And it got to a point where he became so obsessive with me, text me from day to night. And I mean like non-stop. Like I will let's say I'm at work and I would reply like 30 minutes after because I'm busy, I'm at work. And he will text me like boom, a couple seconds later. And I'd be like, okay, like that was fast. And it would just not stop. And he will send me paragraphs, like to the point where you open your phone, you guys, I'm not even kidding, and the text would be from like the top of the screen all the way to the bottom. When I would just reply with like a sentence or two. So I just felt like he was way too obsessive with me and making like comments about my house or where I live, and it's like, what? And making comments about how, oh, I think I'm driving around your street or your area. I might have passed by your house. Like, then I'm like, okay, yeah, this is not going to work out for me. So what do, you guys? I tell him, I'm like, you know what? I don't really see this going anywhere. I wish you well. I kept it short and simple. No reason to get into it. I hate drama. So I just kept it short and simple, right? And this guy, my phone started literally beeping, ding, 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 paragraph after paragraph, nonstop, from this guy just texting me nonstop, you guys. And he became, I guess, scared to lose me, so he started to text me, and I was, at that point, I'm like, no, I'm not taking this. So I responded, look, this is what I mean. I don't like people stalking me. I don't like people, like, being obsessive. Like, we haven't even met, and look how you're acting. I'm sorry, this is not working out. But like I said, I wish you well. And he wouldn't stop. So it got to the point where I had to block him, you guys. I blocked him on my phone. I don't know, I think it was the next day, you guys, he calls me from his job because he's blocked, his cell phone is blocked. So what does he do? He calls me from work. And he's like, hey, don't hang up, it's me. And I was like, oh my God. And he's like, and I'm like, sorry, I gotta go. I have to go. And I hang up, you guys. And then he immediately calls again. He left me a voicemail, you guys. I did not even bother hearing that. I deleted the voicemail. Like, I had just made up my mind. Like, I don't want anything to do with this person. Like, to me, that's like scary behavior, Like, you're, like, imagine you haven't even met me and you're already acting like if we've been dating for a while and I just broke your heart or something, Like, I can only imagine how he's going to react if we ever do date. But the following 2 weeks after this happened, you guys, he was blocked. And I was paranoid. I literally will go out of my house to go, I don't know, to take my kid to school or to go to work. And I would be looking around, for his vehicle, for someone sitting in their car, because I was like, nope, this guy might be, he was like, he wouldn't let it go, and I think he was overdoing it for someone that I've never even met. We never had a relationship. We never met in person, and he was overreacting. And so I was scared that he was gonna that I was gonna catch him around my neighborhood, and that he was gonna be like, hey, can we talk or something, you know? Like I truly believe he had that in him. I'm not even gonna lie. But let me tell you, if that would have ever happened with him or anyone, you would never hear from me again. That would be it for you, because I would never. Here, let me turn her around so you see what I'm doing. But I would never, you guys. Um, I would never put up with that. That is such a big red flag for me. Because now you're stalking me. You know, and that would definitely creep me out. And I would not want anything to do with them. So, but I felt that could be a possibility, so I kept my eyes out. Now I will look around. But thankfully, I have till this day never seen that guy. Here's the thing though, like I said, I was on a dating app, right? So I deleted the app, I blocked him, I deleted the app. I'm like, oh my god, this is why I don't want to be on dating app, because you just never know. Sometime later, probably like a month and a half after, maybe 2 months, I'm like, let me try this again. He was actually there. And I remember I saw his picture and I was like, nope. He had given me a like. Like he said, like he likes me, right? Like on the app. Um, and I was like, oh my god, he cannot let this go. Like he was still being obsessive, you guys. But you see what I mean? Like you just never, just because someone's nice doesn't mean anything, you guys. Because they can be a nice person, but they can be obsessive. They can have, they can be like stalker. They can just be, it can definitely wear you out. It can creep you out. It can make you not sleep at night, thinking they're out there looking for you. And so, yes. So I basically, I blocked him. I have never seen him, and that's the first story. The second story is super, super short. So this person, we started talking. I guess I'll just brush her hair for now, so I'm telling you the story. But it was also on a dating app, you guys. And it must have been like around the same time frame, you guys. But anyways, right? There was this guy, and it was super short. We only spoke for a day. So we are talking, on the app, we're chit chatting. And like I said, I like to talk to people. It's just more of my thing. I want to get to know you. I want to see how you answer the questions. And I wouldn't be able to ask questions like, hey, what are you looking for here? Because I always like to know before I even start talking to you, like, hey, like, hello, where are you from? What are you looking for on here? What are you hoping to find? Do you have kids? Do you, just like little questions like that. For example, I have a child. I would not want to spend 30 minutes talking to someone just to find out later, after 30 minutes, that you don't want to date someone with kids, So it saves us both time. Personally, that's how I feel. And, so, and it's going to sound like I did it a lot, but really I haven't, you guys. For example, I've been single for more than a year. I have not even bothered trying to find someone. And also, that was around the time when I was on a dating app. So, you're going to talk to a few people. But eventually I gave up on it. There was just too many creepers for me. And it just really discouraged me from being on dating apps. But with this second guy, we chit-chatted for like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes on the app. Then we exchanged numbers. We spoke on the phone for less than 10 minutes. I'm not even kidding you. Less than 10 minutes, you guys. And let me just do a quick hi bun before we're done here. Put her clip over here. And during that time, you guys, he just wouldn't, and I'm not even exaggerating, you guys. This man would not stop talking. He would not let me get a word out. And I thought that was very selfish of him, like, and the times that I did get a word out, it would be like, because I would interrupt him. And I'd be like, oh, and he'd be like, oh, what'd you say? And I would tell him like, oh, I'm just saying, like, you know, where you like to hide. Like he'll be talking about just the most random things, and it was all about him. It was never like, hey, so what's your favorite food, or what do you like to do on your time off or on your free time? It was all about him. He was never asked. He was not asking questions about me. He's like, oh my god, I was at work today, and then this guy this, and oh my god, my boss, and I'm very smart. I like to eat super healthy. I used to be this. I used to be that. Non-stop, you guys, non-stop. And I was like, oh my god. To the point where I was looking down on my phone, and I'm like, he's been talking for 6 minutes non-stop. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't. This is too much energy for me here. I was like, yeah, I like a person that can keep up with a conversation. Don't get me wrong. I love a confident person, but, and I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work out. So, I kind of interrupt him. I'm like, hey, I actually have to go. But he's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, we talk later then. And I was like, oh my god. So then, you guys, I knew that I did not want to put more time and effort into this person. And I could have ghosted him, But no, the nice girl in me was like, no, let him know so I let him know. I texted him. I said, hey, I don't really see this going anywhere, but good luck to you. Something like that. You guys, he flipped out. He went all off on me. Mind you, we chatted for 30 minutes probably on the app. We talked on the phone for like 10 minutes. He went, oh, you're funny, you're a joke. And then ding, 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 like the other guy, just nonstop back to back text. And he would be like, oh yeah, you're a joke. I need a woman, not a girl. And he just started to bully me, harass me, whatever you want to call it. He wouldn't stop, you guys. And I was like, oh my god, this guy cannot take rejection well. He cannot, it's not like we've known each other. Like, we just only spoke for 10 minutes and he's already losing his mind. He started to just go off of me and be super rude, super disrespectful. I'm not even going to say it because he overdid it. Obviously, at some point, I blocked him and I was like, oh my god. But before I blocked him, I was super honest. I'm like, okay, you want, because he kept saying, oh, I need this, I need that. You're a little girl, you're this, right? And that's when I went, and I need someone that lets me speak. There, now you know the truth. Goodbye. And as soon as I said that, you guys, to him, as I texted him that, let me turn her around. But as soon as I texted him that, you guys, he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sometimes I can let that get the best of me. I talk too much. I know. Not bad. Go on. Tell me about yourself. So he just went from insulting me, right? Like going off of me, insulting me. Now he wants to apologize. And when he was apologizing and saying all these things like ding, 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 like, I'm like, oh my god. And I blocked him. Like, this is what I mean. And his pictures, he looked normal. There was just no red flags. He was smiling. He talked highly about himself on the phone. But oh my god. But this is just my advice to you. Just be careful on dating apps. There's a lot of weirdos out there. There's a lot of people that, like this second person, that was a 360, you guys. He went from Mr. Charming, super, super, super beyond talkative. I wouldn't even say charming, to be honest. I think I'm just giving him a little pointers there. This is more of like obsessively speaking. Like, not even like, he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't even pause. Okay, he was just boom, 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 like talk, 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 talk. He wouldn't ask me anything. It was all about him. I was like, oh my god. And he did not take it well. And then he went from being a bully, super rude to me, disrespecting me, and then being like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go on, proceed. I'm sorry. It's like, what? You really think I'm just gonna move on from this? No. After you just disrespecting me. So just be careful out there, you guys. Is all I'm saying. And yeah. But yeah, this is the story of when I was on a dating app once upon a time. I met someone that was great, friendly. He is a nice guy, I think, at the first story, right? But he's a little too obsessive. you know? And you can't be stalking people, you know? That's no, you can't be doing that. Because if you're already doing that before I even meet you, what are you gonna do once we are dating? You know? You're gonna be following me, making sure I go to work every morning. The second guy, you know, just no, I cannot do that. You know, I need someone that wants to know about me, wants to hear me out, and he was all about himself. So, you know, I just happened to bump into two guys that didn't work out for me, right? Doesn't mean that it's going to be the same for you. You might find the love of your life on the dating app. But anyways, this video is probably too long already, but I do hope you enjoyed it. I entertained you for a little bit. Let me put this over here. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.